The growing diversification to agribusiness in Nigeria has placed upon us the need to build the next generation agribusiness infrastructure. Presently, the facilities to scale into mechanized farming is unavailable in the country. The entire country does not have up to 10,000 tractors in operation. There is a huge lack of well-ventilated warehouses in Nigeria. The few warehouses we have are not sufficient to curb the post-harvest losses experienced in the country. This is the reason why smallholder farms rush to cheaply sell their farm produce at harvest to avoid wastage because they do not have storage facilities to keep the produce longer until the price becomes high. It is also alarming that there is a poor haulage infrastructure to move farm produce from farm to warehouse and eventually to the market. The need to pursue and foster the increasing shift of the country's economic boost from the oil revenue stream to agricultural business has thus driven us to further engage in contract farming operations, farm equipment rentals and procurement operations, provision of extension services to rural and urban farmers. We have also invested and experimented with farm equipment to boost mechanized farming, trucks to boost agro-haulage operations and warehousing to curb or completely reduce post-harvest losses and drive the exportation of agricultural produce beyond the shores of the country. From our experience in the field, these are the identified problems facing agribusiness in Nigeria. No sufficient tractors and farm equipment to engage in mechanized agriculture. Lack of adequate ventilated warehouse infrastructure in Nigeria. The lack of storage facilities has led to post-harvest losses, thus resulting in hunger, poverty, and food insecurity. The transportation of farm produce from farm to warehouse to market is very poor in Nigeria. This is one of the reasons why food is very costly in urban centers and ridiculously cheap in rural areas. Investment in the acquisition of complete farm mechanized equipment, thus boosting food production and commercial farming at large scale. We intend to acquire 10,000 tractors and other farm equipment to effectively distribute them to all the 774 local governments in Nigeria. We will also provide the training of the manpower to boost farm mechanization. Investment in structurally designed ventilated warehouses across the 30,000 km federal roads in Nigeria. By this implication, we are strategically building 6,000 warehouses, at least one in every 5 km federal road, thus making food distribution and storage more sufficient and available, as well as reducing post-harvest losses, food insecurity, and food inflation. Investment in the agro-haulage services, thereby having at least a minimum of 10,000 trucks to move agricultural produce from one location to another. Our proposed solution, however, capital-intensive, is the required infrastructure we have to build. This will in the long run solve the problem of food insecurity, post-harvest losses, unsustainable farming, uneven distribution of food, increasing overhead costs, and above all, hunger and poverty. One tractor and complete accessories is estimated at 16 million naira. Thus, 10,000 tractors and complete accessories is estimated at 160 billion naira. A structurally designed, well-ventilated and constructed warehouse is estimated at 50 million naira. Thus, 6,000 warehouses is estimated at 300 billion naira. One truck is estimated at 30 million naira. Thus, 10,000 trucks is estimated at 300 billion naira. Overhead projection is estimated at 150 billion naira. This is to cover for research and development, trainings, human capital development, logistics, consultancy and welfare. This will sum up to a grand total of 912 billion naira. Our revenue projections are based on these business models. For our in-house farming operations, we would allocate 15% of acquired farm equipment across our farming operations. Doing this, we are saving off on rental and leasing costs of farm equipment. Based on our field experience, we identified the low availability of farm equipment for rental services, thus unable to meet the market demands for the equipment. In this regard, we would allocate 75% of the acquired farm equipment to rental and leasing services, which will bring in rental and leasing income. We will also partner with farm equipment manufacturers to act as their distributors in Nigeria. Tractor procurement contractors are one major source of income for us as a company. Each warehouse would store 120,000 bags of farm produce. Our partnership with Viable X Agribusiness Limited will require us to store farm produce at large scale from our farming operations. We would allocate 40% of the acquired warehouses to internal produce storage from farming operations, thus having a capacity of 288 million bags in produce turnover. In partnership with Viable X, we shall source for produce to make up for the produce gotten from our farm operations. Here, we would buy when the produce are low during harvest and sell when the prices are high. We would allocate 40% of the acquired warehouses for the purpose of internal produce for sourcing operations, thus having the capacity to warehouse 288 million bags of produce sourced across the country. Due to the growing emergence of the agribusiness in Nigeria, the need for warehousing is a necessity that can't be overlooked. Thus, we would allocate 15% of the warehouse acquired as lease facilities to major SME food processing companies who require it for their storage operations. This will serve as lease income to the company from warehousing operations. To further promote rural farming and reduce post-harvest losses, we would allocate 5% of the acquired warehouses to rural farmers as subsidized or shared rate. By so doing, we'll make available warehousing facilities with a capacity of 36 million bags to produce for the rural farmers. This medium is not as profitable as the first three highlighted. However, we are looking beyond the financial impact but the social impact and our corporate responsibilities to our host communities. Based on the field experience, a truck can haul 400 to 600 bags of farm produce, and it takes 200 to 300 trucks or 200 to 300 rounds per truck to fill up one warehouse to full capacity. With the above and all projects fully engaged and ongoing, we would allocate 50% of the acquired trucks to carry out our internal haulage operations. This reduces the haulage cost attributable to renting or leasing trucks for hauling operations, as we save up the running cost for haulage, which is currently valued at 300,000 naira per truck per trip. We will engage at full capacity internally. We would allocate 45% of the acquired trucks for external haulage services. These will in turn yield over 400 billion naira as we make available a capacity of 4,500 trucks running daily with a base haulage fee of 300,000 naira. We will also make available 5% of the acquired trucks at leasing facilities to food processing companies who require these integral services in their operations. It will serve as lease income for the haulage services. For every quarter, we shall make management reports and financials which shall be subjected to professional audit, reviews and opinions. From the quarterly and annual performance reports, we shall declare dividends based on the performances as reported in the financials and settle all investment and partnership financial obligations as they fall due. We are on a mission to create jobs for vulnerable women and youths, reduce hunger and poverty in Africa, and become a multi-billion-dollar company with visible social impact. Thus, we have outlined the following social impact: job creation. Impact of our investment in farm mechanization will lead to 20,000 new jobs for tractor operators, as we estimate at least 2 tractor operators to a tractor. An additional 35,000 jobs created for truck drivers and operators, as well as fabricator engineers, as we estimate 2 driver and 1 assistant driver to a truck. Investing in warehousing will create at least 50,000 jobs and wealth creation channels, as we estimate top-level engineers, mid-level engineers and administrators, low-level technicians and operators, as well as ad hoc staff and field operators. There will be increased wealth creation channels for the following stakeholders: landowners through land leasing and outright acquisition, SME food entrepreneurs, contractors, boost the local economies and transform our nation, state governments as a result of revenue acquirable from agribusiness operations, reduce hunger and poverty for rural dwellers in Nigeria, increase gross national product margin, food availability and hunger reduction, profitable shift into agriculture due to available infrastructures. We have an aggregated client base of 30,000 customers within a period of 1 year. We have over 10 trucks currently generating consistent profit for us. We have aggregated over 3,000 tractors for rentals to smallholder farmers cooperative and large-scale farmers in Nigeria. We have 4 food processing companies as produce sourcing partners who we supply on a yearly basis, aggregated at over 500,000 MT of farm produce. We were awarded West Africa's Best World-Class Digital Agricultural Investment Platform Brand of the Year, and we were awarded the Africa's Leading Quality Farm Equipment Sales and Rental Services Provider of the Year 2021. We have provided job opportunities for over 20,000 vulnerable women and youths in rural farming communities in Nigeria. We have as well empowered cooperative farmers through our cluster farming scheme. We are partnering with NIRSAL to farm a large-scale rice and maize produce to foster the rice and maize market in Nigeria. Our strategy in executing this humongous task is through profitable partnership, strategic networking, and excellent services to our clients and stakeholders. Thus, we look forward to partnering with high net worth individuals, venture capitalist firms, development partners, donor agencies, manufacturers of heavy equipment, development finance institutions, religious bodies, cultural associations, as well as government institutions and agencies directly involved in agriculture based on our specified parameters. We also look forward to having you as one of our impact partners to actualize these projects. Based on our experience in the field, through our contract farming operations, farm equipment rental services, and agro haulage, we have gathered wealth of experience to deliver excellent services to our customers and consistent profits to our investors and partners.